Hello everyone, it's Maha. Thank you for joining me once again. I have been here, but not really here making videos in a few weeks. I feel like it's been a long time. I have been going through some major health issues. I'm not going to discuss that right now, but I will definitely make an update video soon. As soon as I start kind of working things out and figuring out what to talk about. But it's been a really spiritual experience. It's been a really transformative and highly empowering experience. I've been going through a lot of changes, and it's just, there's been a lot going on, and I definitely want to talk about it in a video coming up, because I think that it's important for me as a part of my process here creating videos to share my journey. And this has been, like I said, a really deeply spiritual and enlightening experience for me. So once I know exactly how I'm going to talk about it, and once I feel what I feel right now is gone and I feel more back to myself again, I want to share more about that. But for now, I thought this was a good opportunity, now that I'm feeling better or beginning to feel better, to jump back in and make a video to you know, start things again, start things moving again. I'm going to be posting a video on the Spirit Doodles cards, like I promised, and that's coming up next after this one. And then I have I want to do another tarot and astrology video as well, just to kind of jump back in the swing of things again. So I'm looking forward to being with you. I really missed you as always. I don't like being away for too long, so I was happy to see this tag going around. I thought it was a beautiful idea, and I thought I would contribute. The tag has been originally started by, it's a collaboration by Vivi from Mystic Sunchild and Lavender Moon, Amber, my friend Amber from Lavender Moon. They both started this tag, and I really love the idea. So it's about sharing your experiences about writing. If you're writing a project that's like a mystic project, as they call it, and or if you're thinking about an idea, or if you're working on a book or anything, they just wanted to sort of support each other through this. And I think it's such a great idea, because yes, I agree that writing is definitely a very, very, very solitary experience. I come from an artistic background, being a painter and a sculptor, and I know that being an artist has always been very solitary, and you spend a lot of time by yourself, and it's really good to be able to have a community or a group of friends to share things with as you're moving along in the process. But I must say that writing, I find even more isolating than when I was an artist full-time. Because with writing, it's like, well, with painting, for example, you have a big canvas, and as soon as you put something on the canvas, there's something to look at. But with writing, I find that unless you finish your book, you're not going to have much feedback on it, unless you're lucky. I'm very fortunate that I do have the feedback right now, which really supports me and helps me along the way. But I have talked about my project briefly on this channel, but I just thought it would be a good opportunity to share it and also receive that support, because it's really great to share things like this, because like I said, I know and I understand how solitary it can be, and support is just so important. So thank you so much to Vivi and Amber for creating this tag. I really loved it. I hope more people jump in and share. It's just all about sharing, and I love that aspect of here creating on YouTube. So the first question is, what mystic project are you currently writing? Well, I wouldn't say that mine is quote-unquote mystic, although to me it has been deeply spiritual experience doing this project. it is a book that I'm working on my own life. It's an autobiography, and it's going back to my childhood, exploring how everything I remember from living in Iran. I was born in Iran, and I came to Canada with my family when I was, well, 11 and a half. And so when I lived there, it was during the Iran-Iraq war. I was born just a few years before the revolution. And so there was a lot going on, and thankfully I have a good memory. So I have a lot of very vivid memories of my childhood, about the school system, about how it was in Iran at the time. And so I'm it's a really it's not just about that. It's about me, about my life, but also about my healing journey, because about 7 years ago I had a back injury and a knee injury, and my life totally changed, and I started writing. And I've always loved writing, but I never really felt confident enough to write a book. Like, the idea of writing a book just seems so daunting, but it's something that I've always wanted to do. And so I just started writing. I started writing mostly because it was a therapeutic experience. And so I started writing this book about how it happened to be that, like, all the different things that happened to me as I got injured, came back to Canada because I was working abroad. And so I talked about my experiences traveling, and then I sort of go like back and forth from past to present. So I talk about my experiences today, now, as I go through my healing journey, and then I reflect back on my childhood experiences in Iran and sort of put the pieces together. It's a very deep personal discovery, and at the same time I feel that there's a lot that I wanted to share and bring out to the public about my country, about my family, about how it is over there in Iran, because not many people get to go there. It's a really difficult country to get a visa for, and not many people have the opportunity to really go there. So I wanted to bring in all these different facets of myself as much as I can into it. So it's about my childhood, about Iran, about my family, my parents, about my grandparents, about my present experience in the healing journey, and my travels and the things I've learned, the wisdom I've gained. And I guess it is in a way very poetic. I'm not creating paintings anymore, so I feel like my creative expression is in the form of writing right now. And I do love poetry, and I do love storytelling in a really vivid, tactile way. So I'm hoping that that's coming across. And it's one of those things where writing this book feels like it's part of my purpose in life. So I'm doing it because I feel like I have to, and I have no choice. And I want to put my story out there for many who may not know much about that part of the world. And I'm just trying to make it as beautiful as I can, even though some parts are quite traumatic. So yeah, my personal experiences in life and my childhood in Iran and moving to Canada and all the spaces in between. That's what the book is about. So the next question is, what stage of development in the project are you in? I would say I'm about 70% done right now. I have the foundation. So now it's all the in between, the beautifying and then adding things, filling in the blanks, that part of it, which is fun. I'm really enjoying the process. I started writing this book 5 years ago, and I wrote for 3 years, and then I stopped and I couldn't write anymore. And then I got back into it just recently, and I was very fortunate to be gifted the most amazing, beautiful editor in the world, one of my amazingly beloved friends. She is helping me edit the book. Well, she's going to help me edit the book, but for now she's sort of my mentor and my cheerleader and encouraging me to keep writing. And that's been very helpful because like I said, writing, especially a book like this, which is going to be a big book, it takes not only discipline and commitment, but it takes a lot of sitting on your own, being bored with your own story, and just keep doing it and making it interesting. So it's been really great to have an audience, someone who talks about it with me, reads it, and engages in the story with me and encourages me and supports me through that. So that's been my favorite part right now. And the third question is, what has been your... Wait, I kind of answered question 3 in question 2 because that was what stage of development, number 2, and then what has been your favorite part of the process so far? And I kind of answered that, just working with my beautiful friend, working together with her to bring this book into being, giving it life. So I'm working really hard because I know that there is someone who truly believes in my project, and that's been my favorite part. And we've been really deeply connecting through this process. I'm feeling very lucky for her. The fourth question is, what has been the most challenging part of writing this project? The most challenging has been uncovering some really deeply traumatic experiences and stories from my childhood, and really trying to give voice to the part of me that so long ago experienced things that I had shut down and pushed down and didn't want to look at because they were too scary, too dark. And so I guess that's been the most challenging. Sometimes I'm just crying when I'm writing. I'm just, everything is coming back to life, but at the same time it's been transformative, it's been healing, and if nothing else, this project has made me a stronger person and has given me a deeper sense of self-understanding. So then the last question is, do a 1-card tarot or oracle reading for guidance and moving forward with your project. I loved all these questions, simple and to the point and really helpful. So I'm using the deck that's been one of my favorites so far these days, the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I'm going to shuffle. Guidance for moving forward in my project, advice or guidance. I don't do rifle shuffling. I don't do that. I just feel my cards and I smell my cards and I connect with my cards. And sometimes I have to look down and see which one pops up. That's how I do it. How do you shuffle your cards? I used to think, oh my gosh, it's so impressive when people do the rifle shuffling, but it kind of reminds me of casinos, and it takes the magic away from it for me, but it's still really impressive. Okay. I feel like this is the card. It was reversed, but I don't know if I'm going to read reversals. 6 of Visions. 6 of Visions. Okay, so it's really hard to see in this camera, but I will post a picture in the beginning of the video so you can see it, and also at the end. 6 of Visions. So I guess this would be 6 of Cups, right? I haven't really used this deck like as far as trying to read it for others. I'm just reading the image, but yeah, I believe it is. So 6 of Visions. That's perfect. Isn't that perfect? Isn't that perfect? 6 of Cups. I mean, she's like this little girl. Wow. This is just so perfect. I was wondering what card I was going to get. She's sitting under a tree. She has a book open. And it's like, okay, well, she's a child. And she's in nature. And there's all these fairies and magical beings surrounding her. And we know that 6 of Cups, of course, is like reminiscing or feeling nostalgic about the past, sometimes memories from childhood. So I just think that's just couldn't be more appropriate. If I had to even consciously choose a card, I would probably choose this card as the experience of what my experience so far has been writing this book. The Six of Cups is just perfect because I associate that card with memories from the past, which is, like I said, that's what the core of this book is about. Wow, don't you just love how tarot or how our cards work? Just amazing because it makes you feel like you're in touch with magic. And that's the biggest thing I love about having discovered this path of working with tarot and oracle cards and art that way. That would be a good video too. What do you love about tarot? Everybody, okay, I'm gonna end it here. So thank you so much for this tag, my friends, Amber and Vivi, and everybody else for watching, and I hope that you will tune in soon for the videos coming up, and I hope everybody's doing really well and taking care, and I'm sending you lots of love as always. See you in the next video. Kisses. Bye. Thank you.